It's another day, the sun is shining. Got to know what's going on around you. Wake up, it's the time to motivate your mind. Come with me, let's make this moment brighter. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Come on and wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Yeah.
Good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise. I'm Anastasia Felicia.
Good morning, TGIF. I'm Philip Simon.
And of course, it is a pleasure to be back in your company at the end of another week. I hope it was a wonderful one.
Busy, lots of activities. It's midst of J Month for Junior Treatment. We're going to hear more about that today.
Okay.
Ah, man, I love this bump.
Yeah, it's getting there. It's getting there. We're growing, and they tell me I'm glowing some days. I don't know if that's sweat or not, but, we're going to hope for the best.
Let me put this name away. Am I going to be an aunt or an uncle?
Phil, I feel like you should know that.
I know.
Like, if that's a question you have, then that's not to discuss on air.
Wadian, that's Wadian. Let me be it. Listen, I want to say good morning and happy birthday to my eldest, Naja Niara, my baby girl.
You're a good woman.
My baby girl.
Well, a very happy birthday, Naja. I remember meeting, I think when I met Naja, she might have been 5 or 6. And Kaylee, I think, was 2. And it's just been awesome to see her just grow and flourish, to do so well academically, now to be off to school. And what a blessing, Phil.
Yeah. I was going to put up the picture and say, well, everybody wish Naja happy birthday. She sent me her birthday photos, and I'm like, no.
Yeah, no, she's a
Happy
good woman
birthday,
now.
yeah.
Well, happy birthday to you, Naja, and of course, belated happy birthday to my husband who celebrated on Sunday, and to all of you that are celebrating this weekend. Many of God's blessings to all of you.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Listen, so the collector's edition,
Yeah.
Sports Illustrated. I thought I was doing a solid this morning because I remembered somebody here was a real avid Kobe fan. So I'm like, Godfrey Burnside. And then I walk in the door and I'm like, wait a minute, Chelly? And then I come downstairs and you're like, oh, for me. And I'm like, oh my God.
And I feel like you as my viewers know.
Godfrey
I wore the purple and gold the day after the man died. I talked about his impact on my life. Like, I spent like 10 minutes on this, guys. The fact that, my generation was the Kobe generation. And, we would throw our little trash in the garbage and say, Kobe is the magic man, but he gets my Kobe Sports Illustrated. I try not to be petty. I try. I come, I smile,
Okay.
Anyway, this is their moment, guys.
So I bought one for me. On Monday, it will be for her.
Y'all remember that. Because he didn't remember. I was a Kobe fan, so y'all remember that for him.
Oh, man.
Listen, we've got a great show lined up for you this morning. As Phil would have mentioned, Jay is in the house. They've been celebrating 40 years into 41 years, and it's been just a dynamic year. We're going to learn more about the Achievers and what they've been up to.
Yeah, the National Health Insurance Authority is also here to talk about the digitization of records and, of course, the newest updates to the Bahamas healthcare system. Clarence is back. Clarence Roll is going to be talking to us about the Movie Masters Forum. He's been doing this for a couple of years. And, of course, we've got our live weekend calendar.
Yeah, looking forward to that conversation with Clarence. Last year I attended the event. It was just phenomenal to hear directly from people that are in Hollywood directing movies. We've got a budding film industry here, and so really looking forward to that segment. In addition to that, St. John's Mardi Gras is coming up this weekend. That has been a staple in the books for many years.
We got some excited alumni and board members and PJ, all of that upstairs.
I'm sure. I was a kid growing up in Freeport, but all my cousins went to St. John's, and so I grew up knowing about Mardi Gras. I never went, but certainly we got to learn more about that. And then, of course, we've got our first look at weather now for you with Godfrey Burnside.
Weather at Sunrise, brought to you by Bahamas First in Insurance, today, tomorrow.
Thank you, Star, and good morning, Bahamas. Star, it's a difficult one for me this morning with the Mardi Gras. I went to as a student, as a parent, worked at it as a parent. Now I'm a patron, right? So I'll be there tomorrow. This thing. But the problem, I have to give them some bad news, probably. Okay. Do have a cold front that's over Central Florida. Should move into the Grand Bahama, Abaco area by late morning, early afternoon. Cause no problems. Later tonight into early tomorrow morning. That's going to bring along with it some showers, possible thunderstorms, but some windy conditions tomorrow for that Mardi Gras. And so we're going to be very careful during the daytime, as you said, those tents and also those stalls, because it'll be very windy. But today, we're looking at variable cloudiness and breezy, becoming windy by afternoon with a few showers early. But those showers will be increasing late, and those winds will start picking up, making hazardous weather conditions. Over the remainder of the islands, a mix of sun and clouds with a few showers, mainly across the central and southeastern islands. High temperature reaching 85. Tonight, mostly cloudy and windy with scattered showers, even a possible thunderstorm, mainly across the northwest and central islands. Low temperature going down to 71 degrees Fahrenheit. And some region highs and lows across the Caribbean, Barbados, 81 and 76. In Jamaica, 80 and 68. In Trinidad, 84 and 73. And the Turks and Caicos Islands, 83 and 72. Across North America, Atlanta, 44 and 30. In Raleigh, 38 and 27. In Miami, 77 and 63. Dallas, Texas, 48 and 34. And Toronto, Canada, 35 and 16. As we go through the week, we're going to have some cloudiness again tomorrow with some showers, even a possible thunderstorm early, but windy. Then as we come into Sunday and Monday, we start improving. Those winds will start decreasing by Sunday evening into Monday morning. We have partly sunny skies ahead of another cold front that should move in on Wednesday. Low temperature daytime today, tomorrow will be in the upper 70s, and at nighttime in the mid 60s. But after that front passes on Monday, we expect those temperatures to start increasing to the lower 80s at daytime and the lower 70s at nighttime. So a cool weekend, Saturday into Monday, and then we warm again ahead of another cold front. That was wrapping your first look at the weather at sunrise. I'm Godfrey Burnside. Back to you, Phil.
Thanks very much, Godfrey. Of course, I came upstairs, and the other Super Kobe fan, Chelly Moss, is looking at me intently. But Chelly, we're going to have to work that out another time, my brother. Listen, so we've had the National Health Insurance Authority. They're in the house. They've been stepping up the game as it relates to the modern era and the digitization of the electronic health record system. We've got the man himself, my good doctor, Dr. Robert Roberts. He's the chairman of the NHI Authority, and he's brought along with him board member Levon Miller. I hope I got that right this time. Gentlemen, good morning. Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. Doc, you got on all your stitches this morning.
I tell you, we like the National Health Insurance, Just want to let you know, since the last time we've been here, we have grown in quality, in quantity, and value.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Well, we see that the features have definitely increased, particularly as it relates to the EHR system. Talk a little bit about that for those who might not be as familiar with that aspect of the work that you've been doing.
Yeah, well, it is just to begin now. We actually launched our electronic medical records in November of last year. Okay, and really what it is we would say we've gone from paper to paperless. That's the first thing. The second thing we've realized now, as we have numbers in terms of 75,000 people who have enrolled in National Health Insurance today, as well as we're looking at some 90 plus providers. And I've just reminded that we have some 8 healthcare facilities, laboratory facilities on board. How do you keep track of that? That's the first thing. The second thing is, how do you now bring all that data you have into valuable information that you can use? And so what we have done now is that the new advance in medicine is that we want to make sure that all the information that we have on patients with regards to the history that we take when we see them, when we examine them, all their records with regards to their laboratory results, any investigations, tests that are done, or the x-rays, and we compile that in a record whereby it's readily available, at a fingertip. And not only that, it means that if that individual is in Abaco or looking forward to the time when they're in Agua, that if the doctor there sees that patient for the first time who was in Nassau, with a touch of a button they can have the complete record of everything that is done for that patient. So it means that we can follow the patients more intently. It means, more importantly too, for the patient, that they have access to their own records, that they can see what is being done. And the big picture really is to have all of this on one platform that we can now look at all this information at one time from both the patients, from both the labs, from both the doctors, and to be able to put together and look at trends.
Right.
We can instantly look at the state of the state of health of an individual. We can look at the state of health of the entire community and the country. And so we can see where the hotspots are, what are the conditions that need to be addressed, what are the solutions we can provide, and more importantly now, what programs we can put in place, not only to stop disease from happening, but also to promote good health.
I mean, listen, all of that makes absolute sense, and of course, you're here to also encourage people to continue to register, to get online, not just patients, institutions as well. But one of the first things that always comes to mind when we talk about this digitization era, I mean, the central bank is also doing it with its, its push for cashless types of societies. Security, and there's always this real fear that, man, my information isn't in my hand, where is it? And is there a possibility for leaks? Is that something that people should be concerned about, Levon?
Well, one of the things we tried to do is, when we looked into who would be our provider, we wanted to make sure that we got a company that was, as you would say, colloquially name brand, right? So the company that's doing our EHR system for us is a company by the name of eClinical Works. You can have a Google search of them. They've been around since 1999. It's about 20 years doing what it is that they do, and they provide this service for somewhere in the area of about 130,000 physicians worldwide.
Okay.
We understand the importance of information security. And as such, we decided to go with this company because of their track record in securing information of this magnitude. Being very cognizant of the fact that we live in a very interesting world and that there are people out there that would, try to get information about people, particularly this kind of information. And so we wanted to pay particular attention to go in with a company that we thought was very well capable of providing us with the level of security, storing the information in the most innovative way possible, having that information in the clouds, which then removes for us the need to have an office with paper and a folder and a drawer with a key, which in itself offers some issues with regard to security, because that means anybody with the key can get access to the information. When you store it electronically, of course, people still need keys, but they need an electronic key, which gives an electronic fingerprint. We know exactly who saw the information, when they saw the information. And the way the EHR is set up, only the provider of your care has access to the information, not the authority, not the owner of the medical facility. Only the persons that are necessary in your pathway of care have access to that information, and you, the patient. Which I think is as we move forward, it's going to be very important to people, because, you talk about people's health care, you talk about their medical records. That kind of stuff hits home for people. They talk about
their life.
Yeah, you are in fact talking about their life. And so what we hope to see is, as we put people in this electronic healthcare record system, we hope to see that we're providing care in a way that is tailored to the patient. We're able to see what it is your blood pressures have been doing for the last 5 or 10 years. We're able to see what are the medications we've put you on, how have you responded to them. And I believe that this is moving healthcare in the Bahamas from a pre-internet era to a post-internet era where it is efficient, effective, and personal.
I wanted to just drive it home a little bit more. We realize that the most important thing and the most personal thing for us is our bank account. Okay, most banks now basically becoming digital. Okay, and we have no problem with that, and we feel quite comfortable that no one's going to see my bank account. If I have a big business, I have a multi-million-dollar business. No one's going to see my bank account. And so we feel very secure about the privacy and the security. And so we wanted to believe that is exactly how we want you to feel about your health care. You have access to it, your provider has access to it, and we know anyone who comes on there that shouldn't be. That we can trace them down and find out where the breach was.
Listen, this absolutely makes sense straight across the board. Once we get past that comfort level with some of the obvious things we're talking about. But when you talk about mapping this data now and using it on a national level, then that speaks to a whole nother level of advancement.
Let me put that again in someone's mind. Imagine I'm a doctor. Now my job in National Health Insurance, we are attempting for everyone in this country to have a physician that is their personal physician. So whenever you need attention, you can access them right away. That person has your records, and so he knows what's going on with you. That's number one. That's your personal attention. Now, I know that patient is a diabetic. That patient actually, unfortunately, they just lost their leg. They weren't looking after themselves. Okay, now, imagine if I have the information to look at the whole community and see how many people have diabetes, how many people lost their legs. Now I can plan a program for that community and say, I'm missing something here. It's not just treating a person, it's treating a population. That's what the electronic records allows us to do.
That's excellent. Live on. For people watching and they might not have registered just yet. The process, I would imagine, is relatively simple. What do you do?
I tell people the most difficult part of the NHI enrollment process is driving to the building.
Okay.
You can do it on the internet, but I know the Bahamas and its culture. We are a brick and mortar culture.
Right.
We like brick and mortar, and so we provided that. There is a brick and mortar establishment right there on East Street, next to the Teachers Credit Union, in the Teachers Credit Union complex. You go down there. The registration process takes about 2 minutes. What we've tried to do with the product that is NHI is provide something that is centered around patient care, patient experience. Dr. Roberts likes to say that this is the place where every patient is a private patient, and so we've built the experience so that no matter where you fit in the economic or socioeconomic chart, you have a physician that caters directly to you. You're able to call that physician. You're able to make appointments. The front office of that doctor. The front office staff, of that doctor's office will give you a call. They will follow up with you. If they have to send off your labs, they will do so in a time that is far more efficient than what we've become accustomed to. Because people never consider how much time they lose when they have to go to a doctor, wait 5 hours. And so it's not productive, right? And so NHI, again, is a customer or patient-centered type care. And that is what we hope to offer people, and we invite people to come down at the building and get enrolled.
Great. There's a website, of course.
Yes, okay. We got a website, nhibahamas.com.
Okay. Yeah. Great. Listen, Doc, good to see you, man. Looking sharp as usual. Dr. Robin Roberts, Chairman.
I thought it was going to be music when
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Chairman of the NHI Authority, and Levon Miller, board member. I recognize your voice now, my brother.
Yeah.
Good to meet you. Yeah. You're watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
Good afternoon. First response. How can I help you?
I've been in an accident on West Bay Street. Can you send someone to help?
Yes, ma'am. A first response team will be there in 15 minutes. Are you hurt?
No, I'm fine, but a bit upset.
We're glad you're not hurt. Please, try to relax. Our team will take care of everything as soon as they arrive.
First Response provides immediate on-site service and support from the scene of an accident through the claims and repair process. And it's free to all Bahamas First insured drivers in New Providence, every day for any type of accident. If you drive and want First Response on your side, call 321st or visit bahamasfirst.com for the name of an authorized Bahamas First agent. First Response can't prevent an accident from happening,
But it can certainly ease your mind when it happens.
Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. Well, February is Junior Achievement Month. For 40 years, the organization has carried out the task of educating and acquiring students with the world of business. Here to tell us more about the organization and how you can really get involved with taking the notions of life skills and entrepreneurship to the next generation. Very happy to welcome Lamont Matthew. He's the Public Relations Coordinator at Junior Achievement Bahamas. And they've also got marketing consultant Selena Archer. Good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning.
Good morning.
A pleasure to have you both with us.
Thank you.
And Lamont, you know, Jay is a special part of my heart. And so this is really a good segment for me because you guys have been doing so much over 40 years to help with entrepreneurship and to help young people have access to scholarships and opportunities to network and to just grow and expand their horizons. And now that you're in year 40 and it is Junior Achievement Month, tell me why Jay is still relevant to us as a nation. Lamont, I'll let you start.
Well, JA, in my opinion, is still relevant to the nation because it's a program that helps many young people. You know, we spoke with the family analysts earlier.
Yeah.
You know, most family analysts don't have clubs.
Right.
The only club that they possibly have is Junior Achievement.
Right.
And so that's why it's relevant to the family analyst aspect. But as a new public aspect, it's relevant on the same level because persons look for the They look for that afternoon program.
Yeah.
They look for that mingling with persons. They look for that socializing inside a company. They look for that networking and stuff like that. So relevant, yeah.
Relevant still.
Yeah.
And then Junior Achievement Month.
Yeah.
You guys have celebrated all month. And the big weekend is coming up. Bahama Jack is coming up this weekend. Bahama Jack being the Bahamas Junior Achievement Conference. And I remember looking forward to that conference back in my day. There was a step competition and a speech competition. And obviously you just got the opportunity to meet achievers from all over the Bahamas. Some of the same elements going to be happening this time?
Yeah, actually today, Friday, we have Bahamas flying in. And so what we have Andres that came in yesterday. We have Lutra coming in this morning.
Okay.
And of course, the conference starts this evening at Anatole Rogers.
Okay.
At 6 o'clock. Kicking off with the Bahamas National Speech Competition.
Okay.
So it's going to be interesting here what the other islands have to say with the team Ignite the Presence for Tomorrow's Future.
Okay, Ignite the Presence for Tomorrow's Future. Okay, and these J themes inspire me, man. I remember, I think the year before I came into J, the theme was Think Big. Okay, I can't remember it really, but sometimes it just comes back
I believe
to
I
me.
know what you mean now.
Yeah, and Think Big, See Far, that's what it was. And I always think about that, right? And so these speech competitions really help our young people to ingrain solid messages and programming into themselves as they think about the future. Selena, of course, we've got Bahama Jack coming this weekend, but what have been some of the past events that you guys have engaged in over this last month?
So there has been the open house where companies, the senior students in the companies got to showcase their products.
Okay.
One of the things that I particularly loved was the BTC, I always say compostable or combustible, I always get confused. But they're basically seedlings, thyme, red pepper, and they're in these little cups that you can just put right into the garden. $5 was the cost of the cup so that you can just grow your own little veggie garden. So that was pretty awesome. We also have the SAC versus JA alumni donation competition going on right now.
Okay.
I am very pleased to say that JA is in the lead.
Okay.
We have $128 last check, and I checked last night, and then SAC had 22.
Okay, way to go, Jay.
So we were really surprised. We really thought that SAC would have been running a really tight race with us. But we want to say to achievers to keep donating. Go to the Mobile Assist app.
Okay.
You download it. You load your wallet. Really simple. And then you can make the donation to JA.
Okay. And why is donation so important for an organization like JA?
We're a nonprofit.
Okay.
And at the end of the day, we depend on the kindness of private citizens and also sponsors like Bahama First, who has kicked in and really helped with Bahama Jack. If we didn't have that injection, we would not be able to reach the amount of students. Not a lot of people know this, but JA actually reaches about 5,000 kids throughout the Bahamas on an annual basis because it's not just the company program. There's the JA Elementary, there's JA for juniors. So basically, once you start your school career, you go straight up to senior with us.
Okay.
And then there's also programs that step outside of just, there's also days for students that are not enrolled in the program.
Okay.
So you have the STEM Summit, you have JA in a Day, JA Real Life. And so that touches persons outside the programs. And again, it needs funding.
Okay.
I was delighted to hear that you're an alumni because I will expect then to see
an alumni.
a
I say I was going to cut me because I'm getting trouble. That's fine, but I go to Jay, and that's fine with me. You know why? Because Jay's Most Distinguished Achiever Scholarship that I got in 2006 helped to get me into the University of the Bahamas. And without that, I would not have been able to go. And then my opportunity at the University of Bahamas got me the opportunity to get a scholarship to the University of Miami. So I appreciate that, and I think I owe Jay back something because they've invested in me.
Exactly. There's been so many wonderful alumni, and we just want to say, come back home. You have the donation aspect that you can participate in. You also have the J merchandise shop, which is on Mobile Assist. So you can buy your t-shirts, your pins, again, $5. The tumblers. And so if you didn't want to just donate and you wanted to make a purchase, you could. But again, I will expect to see your name on our RSVP for our March 15th event.
What's happening on March 15th?
March 15th, we're actually going to Fusion. We have our own private theater for the JA alumni. And we're going to spend the afternoon together watching a movie and having some cocktails and some nibbles. And really just networking and come back home.
All right. So that's one event that's continuing on for the year. Anything else we have to look forward to for JA?
The award show.
Award show.
That is one of the biggest events that we're having at Jessalina.
So with the award show, what we're doing is it's a red carpet event.
Fancy?
Yes, it is. It's very fancy. But it is a red carpeted event, and we're going to be honoring some of those persons that have not only impacted junior achievement over the last 48 years, but also their industries and had an impact on the country. So we want everybody to stay tuned to our social media pages. We're on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And so you can just get updates as to what it is that we're doing. Again, for alumni, we do have a newsletter that we send out every month to keep you abreast of what's happening. So make sure inbox us in any of those social spaces so that you can get your copy.
Awesome. Is there an office number that we can contact you at if we want to just learn
the
more?
office number is 677-299-2 or 3. And if you need to send an email, you can send it info@jbahamas.org.
Well, Selena, Lamont, thank you so much for joining us this morning, for sharing with us on JA, and for reminding those of us that have received from the program that, of course, now it's time to give back, and we can do that through multiple ways. The Mobile Assist app.
And have fun doing it.
Have fun doing it. I'm getting the fun part. For all that didn't go to SAC, this is our time. This is our time, guys, to make sure that we keep JA in the lead. Thanks again for joining us this morning.
Thank you so much.
You're watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be back with more after this commercial break.
Business in the Box is your solution for business from Cable Bahamas. It's an internet, voice, mobile, and advertising solution all in one place. Get reliable internet, free domestic call, and a live corporate package, and free TV ad placement, all starting with packages as low as $164 a month. You can save over $3,000 a year. Just call 601-8911. That's 601-8911. And ask for Business in the Box from Cable Bahamas Business Solutions. Terms and conditions apply.
One thing, two things, blue thing, old things, things that are small, things that are grand, things that fit just right in the palm of your hand. Fox Hill Nursery, a large selection of garden supplies. If you can see it in your mind, you can find it at Fox Hill Nursery.
Comfort Suites Paradise Island is the best kept secret in the Bahamas. Located directly next door to the Atlantis Resort, you'll receive all the privileges of an Atlantis guest with all the benefits of a Comfort Suite stay. Enjoy everything Atlantis has to offer, including Aquaventure Water Park, plus all the amenities of Comfort Suites. Free Wi-Fi, free breakfast daily, and kids stay, play, and eat free. Visit ComfortSuitesPI.com.
Welcome back to the show. The Bahamas Film and Television Commission presents its third Movie Masters Forum. Of course, this event gives students and filmmakers alike the chance to receive an inside look of what it takes to be successful in the film industry. Here to talk about it is the man himself, Mr. Clarence Roll. My brother, good to see you.
Always good to be here. Always good to see you.
Yeah, the Commissioner of the Bahamas Film and Television Commission. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
Third time around, third time's the charm.
That's what they say. We're hoping that it gets bigger and better.
Yeah. But, you know, we were talking before the segment of how important this is, not just to the Ministry of Tourism, but also to the Bahamas overall. I mean, I speak generally firstly to the commission itself and what this Movie Masters has meant thus far.
Well, the Bahamas Film and Television Commission is a unit of the Ministry of Tourism. So our main focus is actually to sell the Bahamas, especially to filmmakers. So we go out wherever filmmakers are, and the people who we call heads of physical productions of studios and independent studios as well. And we tell them about the virtues of filming in the Bahamas. And that film includes everything from feature films to television shows to commercials to still photo shoots. All that comes under the umbrella of film. And we try to convince them to do a part of their television show or whatever it is that they're doing in the Bahamas. And once they decide to come here, we facilitate their production. So it's a myriad of things. So anything from making contacts with them to border formalities, we help them with.
And I think we still, I mean, we take such great pride in the Bahamas and being Bahamian, but I think we still underestimate the power of the brand of the Bahamas. I would imagine your work on an annual basis, the inquiries, etc., is just through the roof.
Oh yeah, most definitely. The Bahamas is a powerful name and it draws people. With the Movie Masters, for instance, Movie Masters is a forum that we have created, and what it does is it brings people who have accomplished something in Hollywood at a certain level, and we bring them in the space with Bahamians. And so that's Bahamian students, Bahamian filmmakers, and people who want to be Bahamian filmmakers. And they kind of transfer their knowledge. They provide information, they tell them about their experiences and how it is that they can get from where they are to where they want to be, whether it's being a writer, whether it's being a producer, a director, any other thing within the film and creative space. And so just the name of the Bahamas gets these people here, because we don't pay any of the people who come here at all. We've had Vince Geratis, who was the co-executive producer of Game of Thrones, and he's now producing a spin-off from Game of Thrones for HBO. We have had Sean Robbins, who has done a number of Hollywood films, including Night and Day with Tom Cruise. And this year, we're going to have Ty Duncan. Ty Duncan is the head of Zero Gravity Management, and he has done everything in television and film, from Netflix's The Ozarks to Proud Mary Taraji P. Henson, and he's done executive production work for Ben Affleck's The Accountant. So he's done it all.
I mean, The Accountant was just an incredible movie as well. In fact, all of that was. So a lot of special things are happening this time around. I believe you're also going to be doing some stuff in Grand Bahama as well. Is that correct?
Oh yeah, most definitely. What's really good about this time around is normally we have producers, people who can tell you how to acquire a film, people who can tell you how to spend the money, where it should be spent, etc. Well, we listen to the people who were at the previous Movie Masters. They did a survey for us, and they told us that what they wanted was someone who could break it down a bit more. They don't want to be just on the studio level. They want to know, I'm here right now, I'm starting at step A, give me a roadmap, A, B, C, of how I can get to be where you are. And so we thought that a manager was what we could use to do that. So Ty is not only a producer, but he's a manager. He actually guides the career of actors, producers, directors, and so he is able to tell someone, based on the resources that you have, based on the experience that you have, I think the best step for you is X, Y, or Z. And so he's going to be doing that in our forum this time around. Also, we have 2 nights in Nassau, 2 nights in Grand Bahama. And so on the second night, he's going to be focusing on pitching. So if you have a pitch that you want to make to him, if you want to tell him about a project you've conceived, or if you want to tell him about a project that you're developing and you're kind of stuck, he'll tell you how to improve that idea and how to get from being stuck to getting it completed. So that's going to be great. So this Monday and Tuesday, we're here in Nassau, 6 p.m. at University of the Bahamas, the Franklin Wilson Graduate Center. Starts at 6 p.m. And then in Grand Bahama, we go Wednesday and Thursday, and we're at Pelican Bay Conference Center, again, 6 p.m.
It's not too late to register.
No, it's not too late to register. You can email me, croll@bahamas.com or csands@bahamas.com. Just let us know you're coming. We want to expect you because we want to provide enough, we have a reception afterward. We want to make sure we have enough meals to go around.
Is there a cost for this?
There's no cost. It's absolutely free. I mean, there's no cost to people who come.
Right. There's always a cost.
The Bahamas Film Commission has picked up the tab because we think it's important enough that we engage people in the creative space who want to do things creatively.
All right. So this coming Monday, 6 p.m. Franklin Wilson Auditorium.
Yes, Franklin Wilson Auditorium, 6 p.m. That's the RBC Auditorium, Franklin Wilson Graduate Center at UB. Okay. And then on we couldn't leave out Grand Bahama. There was some discussion about whether we should do Grand Bahama this year, and then without a second hesitation, it was a definite yes. And they were very much engaged last year, and we're going to do it again for them this year.
Who normally attends? I mean, I know we talk about students and filmmakers. You know, Star mentioned going to this in the past as well. I haven't had the opportunity, but you know, who should be there?
Anyone who has a creative thought should be there. The great thing about film is it's intellectual property. It comes from your head. So if you can conceive something, if you can put it on paper, if you can sell it in words to someone, you're a creative person, and you should be there to learn how you can monetize what you have in your mind.
Yeah. Any other projects for the commission this year?
Well, you know, the education part of it, what we're doing with Movie Masters is great, but our main role is to sell the Bahamas as a film location to attract people here. And so we're always doing that, we're always engaged in that. What we're going to be doing in March is we're going to be doing a show called the Association of Film Commissioners International Week. And a part of that is networking with studio executives, and it's also a very large location show. So we get to show producers who are looking for a place to do their films and TV shows. We have to show them things about the Bahamas, explain to them why it's so good to be in the Bahamas and how we can help them make their project a success. So that's going to be going on, and then every day there's actually something going on in the Bahamas. We do more than 200 projects a year, and so the TV shows are always shooting. We just did a film in January. Actually, this film came to us from Sean Robbins, who was our speaker last year. And so he shot the ending, the finale of a film that he's been working on, a romantic drama, in Exuma last month. And there's a film going on right now in another island. So there's always something going on.
And so many direct and indirect benefits. Clarence Roll, Bahamas Film Commissioner. Thank you so much, my brother. Good to see you.
Great to be here.
All right, you're watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
We get up early every morning to offer safe and dependable service. Where quality service is paramount. An excellent travel experience is priority. Connecting the islands of the Bahamas to the world. Bahamas Air. We don't just fly here, we live here.
Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. We're at the halfway point on this fabulous Friday. I'm Anastasia Palacios.
And I'm Philip Simon.
And it's a pleasure that you're still with us. We've still got more to come in the second half as well.
You know, I'm so glad you're still here, Star. I was a little worried this morning with the book thing.
You know, I'm very upset.
But listen, I got you, I promise. Okay. Monday, we're going to do a little special something.
And that's why I'm saying, you know, ladies, this is how you need to take this as well. You know, sometimes men make mistakes. Okay? And in this instance, that's what happened. So what I'm going to do is give Phil the benefit of the doubt. Right. If on Monday Philip is here and there's no book, we'll have a different conversation. So we still got more to come in the second half of the show. Great talking with Jay. Bahamas.
Yes, Jay. Yes. 40th anniversary. We've had quite a number of activities this month. And listen, I want to give kudos to that team. They are working so hard. We could never pay them. I mean, and it's not just the team that works in the office, it's those advisors, it's those volunteers, those teachers. Listen, it is an investment in the future to me. Yeah. Right? To me, it's the best thing that we can do for our country in support of youth development.
Yeah.
And of course, I'm biasly turned towards junior achievement, but there are other programs out there
Yeah,
as well.
no, I love
Just
it.
find something to
I
do
love
and
it.
make a difference, right?
Certainly. Get involved.
Yeah.
That's what Dr. Off saying, and
Yeah,
it's
I
so
know,
very
right?
true. It's so very true.
Yeah.
So in the second half of the show, we're going to talk to some more people who are getting involved in a really positive way.
Yeah.
We've got St. John's here, and a lot of their alumni. 5 of them have come, so that shows you how excited they are to be here to talk about
Love it,
Mardi
right?
Gras. Yeah, and then we also have those champions from Queen's College with the basketball.
Comets!
Yeah.
The champs are here.
Yeah.
Not just the champs are here, but we've got, I think, the most outstanding BGCSE results.
Oh, awesome.
Student is here.
So we're mixing
I was
academics
reading about
and
it. Man.
athletics.
Well, you know, QC is always up there somewhere. With
Yeah,
regards
they've
to
been
that.
incredibly consistent
Yeah.
with just staying on top.
Absolutely. So kudos. We're not going to start a school war here this morning, but you got to give,
Yeah, you have to give it where it's come from.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the HBCU segment we've been talking about,
yeah.
how your students can possibly get full scholarships off to some of our historically black colleges and universities. So all of that's still to come.
All of that's still to come, and I believe the weather's going to be changing just a little bit over the weekend, but we'll let the professional tell us about that. The Kobe fan, the Laker fan.
You don't want me to forget him. He keeps going back down the rabbit hole, guys. Here's Godfrey Burnside with our second look at weather.
Weather at sunrise. Brought to you by Bahamas First. First in insurance. Today, tomorrow.
Thank you, Star. Good morning, Bahamas. In your second look at weather sunrise, we do have a cold front over central Florida. Should move into Grand Bahama, Abaco, Bimini by late morning, early afternoon, and in the New Providence area by later this evening into the nighttime hours, bringing about increasing showers, cloudiness, and also those winds will build behind that system as a high pressure builds immediately behind that system, causing some hazardous beaching and boating conditions over the weekend. In your marine forecast, I'm asking small craft to remain in or near port over the next 36 hours, and you swimmers out of the water for the high risk of recurrence and those hazardous surf. And so over the next 24 hours, guys, just be cautious as you go there. We have an advisory posted. Winds today, south to southwest at 10 to 15 RC, 2 to 4 feet ahead of that front, shifting northwest to north at 15 to 25 knots, seas building 5 to 8 feet after that front passes over the northwest and central Bahamas, southeast to south at 10 knots or less, seas less than 3 feet over the southeastern islands. But by Saturday, those winds increase over the north to northeast to 20 to 25 knots, seas 7 to 10 feet, even a possible gust to gale force over the weekend over the northwest and central Bahamas, west to northwest at 10 to 15 knots, 2 to 4 feet over the southeastern islands, but they'll be shifting north to northeast at 15 to 20 knots, seas building 47 feet of southeastern islands late on Saturday. Then on Sunday, those winds northeast to east at 15 to 20 knots, seas 47 feet of northwest Bahamas, northeast at 15 knots, seas 3 to 5 feet over the central and southeastern islands. Your tides. Currently have a high tide that happened 6:21 this morning. Your next low tide will be at 48 minutes past midday. High gain this evening at 6:38. Sunset at 6:08 this evening. Rises tomorrow at 6:40. UV index 7. Your water temperature is 74 degrees Fahrenheit. And your moon phase now moving towards the new moon. Standard look. Expect cloudiness today through tomorrow with some showers, even a possible thunderstorms and windy. Some partial clearing coming on Sunday through Monday. Even a cool down for the weekend with those temperatures go into the upper 70s daytime, mid-60s at nighttime. But your warming trend starts on Monday with those temperature again goes back in the low 80s at daytime and the upper 60s to low 70s at nighttime. That puts you up in your final look at weather at sunrise. I'm Godfrey Burnside. Back to you, Star.
Thank you so much, Godfrey. Well, it's that time of year again as we get prepared for the Lenten season and Ash Wednesday. You know, one thing must come before that, and that is Mardi Gras. St. John's College Mardi Gras in particular. It always promises to be an exciting event for the whole family. Some of the best comforters apparently that you will ever taste in your life. Some really, really good music for those young people who love to dance. And then, of course, so many activities for the kids. We're going to learn more about it and about St. John's College itself this morning. We've got some awesome people in studio with us. Of course, we've got Dr. Cyprian Strawn and Rodney Bean, as well as we've got several PTA board members, Ken Mullings, Tony McPhee, and Miss Duncombe. Good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning.
A pleasure to have you all here. The big St. John's crew. Giants are taking over. I, of course, am a three-point warrior, so I feel a little different, but it's good to be in this space. We love you guys too. Dr. Strawn, I want to get started with you. We talk about Mardi Gras, and we know it as to be such a part of the St. John's family history.
Right.
But St. John's itself is a notable institution with many notable alumni. Can you just kind of give me a brief synopsis on the school itself and some of the notable people that went there?
Well, we just celebrated our 73rd anniversary.
Wow.
It started way back on Market Street. And some of the first persons to go to the school were people like Bishop Gilbert Thompson. They started with about 8 or 10 students, and there was a feeling that people needed opportunities to be able to go to high school, because a lot of people finished all-age school at the age of 11 or 12 and couldn't move on to higher heights. And so it was an opportunity for people to get a further education, and so it started back then. People like Winston Gus Cooper, Andre Rogers, notable baseball great. There's so many priests, there's so many accountants, so many lawyers. Sir Frankie Wilson and his wife went to St. John's. Brave Davis went to St. John's. Archdeacon Palacios, I don't know if you know that name.
I know that name. That's my father-in-law went there, but so did my actual father and all his siblings.
Yes.
And so, and all of my cousins, even on my mom's side, went to St. John's. So I got a lot of St. John's love all around me. And I do know that when we look at the alumni, we really have to be impressed by what St. John's College has turned out. Really, the forefront of so many of especially our black-led lives have come from people who went to St. John's College, and we really should honor that. Mr. Bean, as we look forward to celebrating Mardi Gras this weekend, what can we expect?
First of all, you can expect a family atmosphere. One thing I love about Mardi Gras as a child, even to now, is the things you can celebrate: clean environment, clean, fun, and good food. Good food, good fun, and that's why we're here. I look forward to getting my kids there and show them, say, okay, that's what my primary school was, that's what the high school was, and just it's a beautiful time to be at.
Okay, all right. And Ms. Mullings, Mardi Gras has been such a huge event for St. John's, and of course we know it island-wide, but I'm sure a lot of planning must go into that. Everybody looked tired just now. Talk to me about the amount of work that goes into making a successful Mardi Gras.
I can't even begin to explain the amount of work and time and effort that put in the planning of Mardi Gras. Really, to be honest, last night we finished up this seasoning at 1:30 this morning.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so that just gives you an idea of what we have been doing and what we have to continue doing once we leave here.
Okay.
So to make it a profitable event, we put time and effort into it, and then when we see the finished product, we are proud at the end of the day.
Okay, and Ms. McPhee, for the adults, can you tell us exactly what's going to be going down in the Alumni Lounge?
The Alumni Lounge, let me tell you. For you parents who want to bring your kids, you can drop your kids off to the kiddie corner, and then they can head on over to the Alumni Lounge. Great music, great fellowship time. Old scholars will be there. I am an old scholar and also a parent.
Okay.
So I'm all excited, especially for the Alumni Lounge.
Okay. Good music to be in the Alumni Lounge. Okay, I need to just make sure. Okay, great music in the Alumni and drinks. And nice adult libations, right? So locate to the Alumni Lounge. I think that's perfectly fine for every parent to enjoy some time to themselves. All right, and then in terms of admission and prices, what can we expect?
You can expect very low prices. There's $1 admission that we charge for that. This year we're giving back.
Okay.
We try to raise funds to do in the school. We're going outside of the school. A portion of the funds raised will go toward Hurricane Dorian victims that we've been helping.
Okay.
Some students came into our school from the other schools. We took them in. We made them our own.
Right.
And we're going to continue to take care of them, and a portion of the proceeds will go to that. There are low prices on food. It's a kids event, the safest event. the dance is one of the safest dances for your teenagers. We create an environment for children to thrive and to have a good time. Because we don't expect them to be perfect. They have some fun time too, but it'll be done in a safe environment. So I encourage parents, let your kids come out, bring your kids out. There's something for the babies, something for the teenagers, and something for the adults. We're catering to everyone at Mardi Gras tomorrow.
I believe that, man. Like, alumni corner, that's me. You all look, you know, alumni lounge, that's where I'm at. All right, Dr. Strand, now, most of us should know where St. John's is, most. But there might be the one or two odd person that for whatever reason, has not had the privilege of walking onto Giant Soil. So talk to me about where we can find it.
Amazement that everyone doesn't
And you know, I noticed it's true. Some colleagues of mine had a meeting there last night, and someone messaged to say, guys, I think I know where St. John's is, but I'm not sure. So I know that this is actually fact. How? I don't know. But so could you let those people know, please?
Yeah, so we're located in Stapleton. Everybody knows where Stapleton is. Bethel Avenue off of Bethel Avenue, Bishop Michael Eldon Drive off of Bethel Avenue.
Okay, all right, and you should see it. If you don't see it, you certainly hear it. Because the festivities will be going on. Rodney, any final words for people to encourage them to come out tomorrow?
Thank you so much. We want the alumni especially to come out. I know you had a J session when it's calling back the alumni.
Right.
We want to call back the alumni as well because we have a growing alumni association. Dr. Sean to myself shows a range in just ages, and that's amazing. So if you're alumni, you pass through the halls of St. John's, whether it's primary school, kindergarten, grade 12, high school, come on support, come on to Alumni Corner, be a part of the alumni committee. We need you to back because we need that energy, we need that time, and we're definitely looking forward to your treasure.
All right, well, listen, I want to thank you guys so much for coming and sharing the excitement. I hope y'all can take the day off and just sleep. No, it's not going to happen? Okay, that's fine. Y'all get to rest Sunday. Y'all get to rest Sunday. Tell our deacon Places I said y'all can take Sunday off for church, and y'all sleep up after Mardi Gras. But thank you guys so much for coming and sharing.
Thank you.
You're watching Bahamas at Sunrise. I want to encourage you to support St. John's tomorrow by going out to that Mardi Gras. Of course, they're doing their part also by helping our victims of Hurricane Dorian. So it's really critical that you go out there and support them tomorrow. And of course, calling all alumni home. St. John's College needs you. We'll be right back with more after this commercial break.
Good morning, Sunrisers. This is your boy Sorbo with your live weekend calendar. The Cancer Society of the Bahamas presents the 16th annual Stride for Life Fun Run Walk, Saturday, February 22nd, starting at the Cancer Society of the Bahamas headquarters, 4th Terrace, Centerville, 6 a.m. sharp. Bahamas Jungle Art and Music Festival, Saturday, February 22nd and Sunday, February 23rd. Botanical Gardens, 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. daily. Admission 5 for adults, 2 for kids and seniors. Come experience all things Junkanoo. St. John's College PTA presents Mardi Gras 2020. Saturday, February 22nd, St. John's College grounds, 12 noon to 12 midnight. Entertainment by All-Star Band, Mama Raya Marching Band, St. John's College Band and dancers. There will also be a haunted house and of course eats and treats. St. Cecilia Annual Bazaar and Raffle, Saturday, February 22nd, Arwaki Cultural Grounds, 12 noon in the Hill. Entertainment by Aquinas Marching Band, Scotch Conk Band, along with great food and drinks. Black Carpet Entertainment presents Ladies Night, each and every Thursday night at Karma, formerly Bamboo, Prince George Wharf, downtown Bay Street, 9 p.m. until. That's your live weekend calendar. To have your event posted on the calendar, please don't hesitate to email kalbury@tzlbahamas.com. Alive. Believe in best.
Welcome back to the show. Of course, all month long has been Black History Month, and as we continue to honor historic HBCUs, we have another alumna of Shaw University in North Carolina. First time here on Bahamas at Sunrise. She is so nervous. I don't think I'm going to help her out one bit. Welcome, Nakira Cooper. She's also a teacher at Queens College and an AKA, so she's representing all her colors here this morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to
Thank
Bahamas
you for
at
having
Sunrise. Welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Thanks.
So, I mean, we've been celebrating, obviously, and recognizing Black History Month all month long. And of course, HBCUs play a prominent role in that. And in particular, your school, I believe, might have been either the first to enroll Black women or the first to enroll Black
You're
persons.
on the right path.
I'm on the right path. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
So Shaw University was established December 1st, 1865.
Wow.
And it's actually the first HBCU in the southern states of the U.S. So it is the first.
Okay.
And coming out of Shaw University were the founding presidents of North Carolina Central University, Elizabeth City State University, and A&T University.
Wow.
So Shaw has a rich history and a wonderful legacy.
Yeah.
I enjoyed my time at Shaw.
Yeah. How did you get to Shaw?
I did not start out at an HBCU.
Okay.
I went to another university, and I was there for 2 years. And my mom and I had a discussion. I wanted to leave, and we decided through a family friend that I would apply to Shaw, and I went to Shaw. I actually I started Shaw in 2000, which is many years ago.
You want to talk many? Anyway.
Good thing is I still look like a freshman,
Right.
so that's good.
You do.
And when I went to Shaw, the president at the time was Dr. Talbot O'Shaw.
Okay.
He was there for 15 years. He's actually the 12th president at Shaw University while I was there. And my last year at Shaw, which was 2003, was the year that he retired. I enjoyed my time at Shaw University. It's like a family. It's, they look out for you if you're not living up to expectations.
Right.
They have no issue calling to the Bahamas and speaking to mama or dad to say, Nakira's slipping or, what's going on. So it's like a home away from home.
I've gotten that feeling with all of the universities that we've had the privilege of speaking to this month and in previous years. They all say the same thing about the HBCUs. It's this environment that's different. And I guess being a Bahamian and coming from an island, nation, that's very helpful. I mean, for particularly for persons who are watching the show and trying to make decisions on what's next. What do you think separates Shaw in particular from some of the other universities, whether they're HBCUs or not?
What separated Shaw from me is it's just family oriented.
Okay.
From the moment my mom and I stepped onto the campus, it was all about all of the incoming freshmen, all of the families, and making sure they got to know parents and guardians before they would have left. So because parents need to feel safe that they are leaving their kids and their kids will be well taken care of, of being away from them. So I think that's really important. Another thing, while I was at Shaw, I did not have a scholarship initially when I went to Shaw. But my first semester there, I was directed to go and speak with Dr. Shaw, who was the president at the time. And when I walked out of his office, I walked out with a partial scholarship.
Wow.
So you sell yourself. You have the grades and the GPA to back up what you're selling. And me speaking about selling, that's a part of the HBCU College Fair. The College Fair is actually next month, March 14th and 15th at the Bahamas Convention Center. And we have schools like Fisk University, Benedict College, Delanda Smith, Virginia State. We have a lot of rich historical HBCUs coming to the Bahamas. And the presidents of these universities are the ones that are coming. They're not sending anyone on their behalf. They are the ones that will be here in person. And so when you come to the college fair, you need to come professionally dressed. No jeans, no ripped clothes, no skin showing, because it's going to be an interview, because you will be in a position to sit down and actually speak one-on-one with these college and university presidents. You will be able to sell yourself. And if all works out, before you get up to leave that table, you possibly will be walking away with a full scholarship or even a partial scholarship. And so I'm going to encourage everyone to go on the Eventbrite site. The HBCU College Fair is on that site. They can go on. You can register, reserve your spot. Also, whatever universities or colleges that you may be interested in attending, I would also encourage persons to go on those websites and apply to those colleges and universities before going to the
because
college
that's
fair.
obviously going to be the first question.
Yes.
Have you applied?
Yes.
You know, and this is what I love about this particular college fair. You guys are so well connected. You can bring the actual leadership of each one of those institutions down here to kind of make things happen on the spot. Listen, so again, the dates are March
14th and 15th at Bahamas Convention Center.
And the website again?
Eventbrite.
All right. It doesn't feel like your first time. You So Nakira Cooper, teacher at Queens College. How long have you been teaching?
I have actually been teaching for 17 years.
Wow. Okay. All right, there you have it. Shaw University, representing the historically black colleges and universities. Thank you very much for being here on Bahamas
Thank
Sunrise.
you.
All right, we'll be right back.
Dame Doris Sands Johnson, born June 19, 1921, was a Bahamian teacher, suffragette, and politician. She was the first female Senate appointee and the first woman granted a leadership role in the Senate. Once in the legislature, she was the first woman to be made government minister and then was elected as the first woman president of the Senate. She was the first woman to serve as acting Governor General of the Bahamas and was honored as Dame Commander of the Most Excellent Order of the British Empire by Queen Elizabeth II. Born on New Providence Island, she completed her secondary education and became a teacher. After teaching for 17 years, Johnson returned to school to earn a master's degree and doctorate degree in educational administration. She made a compelling speech to the Bahamian legislature in 1959, pleading for women's suffrage, and subsequently made a similar plea to the colonial office in London. Once the right to vote had been secured, Johnson immediately entered politics in 1961, running in the first election in which women were allowed to participate. Though she lost her bid, she worked with the Progressive Liberal Party to gain Bahamian independence. When the country gained its freedom from colonial rule, Johnson was appointed to the Senate and served the government until her death in 1983.
Thank you for staying with us here on Bahamas at Sunrise. Well, I'm incredibly excited to interview this next group of outstanding young people. And of course, their two coaches. It has been a Comets year. QC has been winning all around this year. Of course, they most recently celebrated their BAISS championship title in basketball. And then in addition to that, they got awarded for top performance in the 2019 BGCSE results. Sounds like a group of champions, and we had to bring them to you. Very happy to welcome today Coach Mario Knowles, Coach Ruben Mount, and our top student Ishma Rahman. Ishma, did I pronounce that correctly? Isha. And we just talked about how people pronounce names wrong. Isha Rahman. Yes. Okay. Isha Rahman is here, and then we also have those championship boys in the house. Boys, could you introduce yourselves for us, please?
Hi, good day. My name is Dion Davis. Good day. My name is Gibson Jellin. My name is Keith Wood Stubbs. My name is Kendry Sands.
My name is Wanye McCoy.
Morning, my name is Eric Nelson.
And then you got Coach. Coach, say your name too for the boys.
Ruben Mount.
Listen, I'm so happy to have you boys here. Congratulations.
Thank you.
How does it feel?
Great.
Okay, so it feels good to be champions. How does it feel to beat SOC? Good, really good. Yeah, right. Everybody's smiling on that one. All right, so let me know what kind of teamwork and effort went into making sure that you guys secured the championship.
It was a lot of discipline, a lot of sacrificing after school time, just hard work and dedication, and it was just, a lot of fun to do it with these group of guys.
All right, and what grade are you in now?
12.
All right, so how long have you been playing on the basketball team?
Since the 9th grade.
Since the 9th grade.
Yes,
so
ma'am.
this was a special victory to
Yes,
you.
ma'am.
All right. And I love the fact that you said some words that I like to hear, coaches, and I'm going to expand on this with you. Discipline,
Yes.
hard work, teamwork. What do you guys do as coaches to kind of instill that in these young men?
Well, basically, I came on the end of the year, so it's January. Coach Smith was with us, but he left, and Coach Monks right now is actually head coach. I'm an assistant. Discipline, like everyone says, putting in the actual work, time, effort. We actually push our kids to do the best.
Okay.
They actually can do.
Okay.
You see, so.
All right. So it's about that pushing.
Yeah.
Coach, how long have you been with the Comets?
Well, I've been there for 10 years.
Okay.
Coach Smith and myself started the program, probably building the program about 8 years ago.
Okay.
It's a lot of time, a lot of effort, like everyone is saying. We spend a lot of time in the summers, the skill development, training their bodies, encouraging them to be not only good athletes, but good individuals, you know, good students, good teenagers, you know, and just be a role model, leaders, as our school is a lighthouse school, and we do practice the 7 habits of highly effective teens. We want our kids to be leaders in their communities as well as on the basketball court.
That's awesome, man. It makes me so proud to hear, and I think when we see what QC does, not just in terms of sports, but also academically, that you guys really seem to develop a well-rounded program. But teenage boys, they have a lot going on. They think they have a lot going on, you know, probably more so than reality, but they do. And that can kind of, I imagine, be difficult to contain and kind of motivate. So what keeps them going? What is it that keeps you going to inspire them to keep going each time?
Well, I mean, it's kind of easy with this group. This is a great group of guys. They work hard. They're very driven. You know, I mean, they just like all the regular teens. They like music. You know, sometimes get distracted. You know, by
the girls. Yes, yes.
Girls, you know. But overall, you know, they're well behaved. They're well mannered. They work hard. You know, so because they had to deal with me for a long time. So having to deal with me, I definitely know this is a great group. And that motivates me when I'm able to come out and help a group of young men, you know, develop, not just as players, but as individuals, as young men transitioning to manhood. That's kind of why we do this.
So 10 years in the game, and you are the championship. You beat Zach, and this team beat Zach. How does that feel?
It's rewarding.
Okay.
And it's rewarding because of the work you put in.
Awesome.
So it's just icing on the cake.
All right. So, gentlemen, any of you headed off to college next year or looking to continue on with basketball after the season? Yeah? Yeah, you? Okay, so where you headed?
Between Kent State and Florida Tech.
Okay, awesome. And do you think, will you be playing basketball for any of those?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, congratulations. Congratulations. Anybody else heading off, or you guys are going to be back next year again for another round? Another round. All right, so we can expect the Comets to win again. This will be a 2-peat. All right. Isha, they're mouth a little hard, but that's fine. You have done, and you can give it a mic for me. Turn right there, Isha. Thank you. You have done a phenomenal job, an outstanding job with your BGCSE results.
Thank you.
And so congratulations to you as well. Now, I had the opportunity to read an interview you did with one of our local press groups. And I understand that you took more BGCSEs than necessary?
3 extra.
Okay, so talk to me about that, Isha. What makes somebody determine that they're going to take 3 more BGCSEs than what is needed?
Well, right before in grade 11, I failed my bio exam, so that was fun. And I only took, because I failed, I could only take an 8. And I knew if I only took 8, and even if I got all A's, I wouldn't be top score level. So I was like, okay, I have to take 3 more. So whatever my school offered, I took it up and just, got A's in them too.
Okay, and when I read your story, you seem like a very well-rounded and balanced student yourself. You don't think life is all about academics. So I need you to talk me through this, because somebody who doesn't think life is all about academics still makes the extra effort to take 3 more BGCSEs. Are you just that competitive?
Yeah, I mean, it was more like I was mad because I was like, I missed it by 2 marks.
Okay.
So I was like, I can't believe just 2 marks would have changed
the difference.
So much.
Right.
So yeah, that was like a failure, kind of like made my spirit grow, and I was like, I had to do good. And I mean, like I said before, I don't think academics is everything. I still think sports is just as important, and home life. And I talked about homework and stuff in my interview too. I don't know. It's whatever, in my opinion, whatever you do, you have to do best in, whether it be sports or academics. So yeah.
All right, and so I like the fact that you talk about the fact that you failed the first time, and so that elevated you to want to push even further this time. And so I think that that's a motivation for everybody, right? Your teammates included, because you guys have not won championships every year, but you push yourself to the next level. You came this year and you won. You failed the first exam. You said, I'll take 3 more and I'm going to beat everybody, and you did it. So that's awesome. So what's next for you?
College. Well, I mean, volleyball championships first.
Okay.
I have to, bring them. Senior girls have to win this year because I'm the captain. I have to do it. And then college, I have a whole plan set out. I have computer engineering. That's what I want to study for my undergrad. Then right after that, master's in gaming.
Okay.
To work 2 years to gain work experience, and then do a 2 years MBA in the Ivy League, hopefully. And then I should be set. I want to be a CEO of a gaming company, like video games.
All right,
so,
CEO for a gaming company. Well, that's the way of the future. A lot of artificial intelligence, and then maybe you could even design like a QC versus SOG basketball game, and we see who's going to win the championship. Isha, any words that you want to give other students out there that are facing BGCSEs this year or any sort of exam about what's needed to just be the best that they can be?
Everyone is unique, so you have to figure out what works for you. And a big part that helped me are my friends.
Okay.
One of them being this one, Keith Stubbs, and so many more. It's just that we used to come in groups and we used to study together and make sure no one was left behind. Even if one person didn't understand, we made sure they understood before moving on.
Okay.
And you need to find the good group of friends. People always talk about how friends could ruin you, but not as much as they could build you up. And I want people to realize that they could be just as much as a reason for your success as they can be for your failure.
Awesome.
And I don't want anyone to think that, just because you failed once, it's going to ruin you. You need to use that. Instead of diving into that failure, you turn that into happiness and strive for excellence.
Certainly, and we see that with all of you. I'm so proud, Phil.
I am too.
I am just so proud.
I went to Kingsway, but I'm a very proud comic. Congratulations to all of y'all. With the ball, man. With the ball.
You're down.
Ready.
Yeah, they'll be Phil, so we don't want to do that to him this morning. Y'all can come back and challenge him another time. Thank you guys so much for joining us.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Congratulations to everyone. Listen, we hope that you enjoyed today's show. We're going to head out now, but we hope that you take a look at these young people who have just done a phenomenal job, put in the work, had the discipline, had the teamwork, and the right friends and support, and just totally shine. Remember that you can do the same. Make it a wonderful weekend. We'll be back with more on Monday.
Yes.
Bye.